The riches is in the niches, okay? Okay, now in this episode, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to find your soul aligned niche, one that is excited and profitable, even if you've been unsure until now. And if this is your first time here, I'm Professor Daddy Joy, and my mission with this series is to help purpose-driven educators build a soul-aligned business so that they can start living a life of abundance without sacrificing the things that matter. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how to claim a space within, the market. And why does this matter? Because if you don't have a niche, your message would just be drowned in all of the noise. And if you're going to scale something that is purposeful, you got to know who's your tribe and you got to start speaking to them. So in this episode, you're going to learn what is your superpower, what is your messaging, and who exactly you're meant to serve. Also, go ahead and grab the free workbook if you want to follow along to everything that I'm sharing with you. And this is our core training, y'all. So make sure, share the thing and enjoy the work. Pick up yourself. Of the game. Yeah, sometimes when we're going through experiences like this, we tend to forget, what we are building. Yeah, and the promise here is to build a soul-aligned coaching business without the burnout, one that feels like you. And at phase one, we start with niche clarity and identity. Yeah, and when we talk about identity, it's all about who you are. It's like your internal culture that you're going to bake into what you're creating. Yeah, and niche clarity, we fundamentally talk about who, what you're promising them, and what's the problem you're going to solve for them fundamentally. And today is all about claiming your soul aligned niche. Now, this is something that I have struggled with for a very long time in the beginning that I wished I paid more attention to. And I hope that at the end of this session that you would find a niche that you're excited about. And the thing is, it's not something that you're gonna grab and hold for you for the rest of your life, but it's something that you can try on for the next 90 days. And as you start to refine and learn more about who you love to serve, you can always change, your specific niche. And fundamentally, I believe that a niche is the core of every business. And if you look at the case study of every single business that has grown to become a unicorn, it's because they answer these three fundamental questions. Who do I serve? What do I help them achieve? As well as what problem do I solve for them? Okay. Now, by the end of this session today, yeah, you would be walking away with a draft working niche statement. One statement that communicates exactly who you serve. So at any point, you're networking or you're having a conversation or you're communicating, and someone asks you, yeah, what do you do? This is a statement that you can use that brings immediate clarity. The benefit here is whenever you communicate from this place, it makes it super easy for someone either to refer you or to know that, oh, wow, this is me. And that's the type of reaction that you're looking for. Also, you'll identify three pains and three desire in their in your ICA exact words. And ICA simply stands for ideal client avatar. Yeah, the reason why I put the abbreviation here so that you can start getting familiar with the business lingo. So whenever you see ICA, ICP, no, it's talking about the same thing, ideal client avatar or ideal client persona. Also, you'll write a bio line and a one belief shift hook that you can use on social media, yeah, as well as commit to the level up challenge. Yeah, this is the voice drop moment where you share publicly who do you serve, or you can share it in the group. And I just want to congratulate Joy for already completing this mission, because each week I'm giving you a new micro mission so that you can slightly shift a bit outside of your comfort zone and get familiar with the new identity that you're stepping into. Now that's the name of the game, so let's get ready to play. Now, one of the biggest common belief when it comes to niching is that niching feels limited. Yeah, often people would say, if I choose one group, I'll miss out on other opportunities. Now, I want to share with you a story about Joy, the mighty warrior, and she's right here. And I think Joy case study is one of the perfect case study for this session. Yeah, because Joy started exactly there. Yeah, earlier this year, Joy had some questions around, niching, and she was asking questions like, how close do I really have to get to my niche? Yeah, what if someone fits most of it, but not all? Won't niching cut people out? Yeah. And her real worry was, if I pick wrong, my coaching won't be powerful enough. I'll waste time on the wrong people. I'll be stuck with no clients. And these are valid worries. These do make sense. Yeah, these are real concern and worries that we have. Yeah, but this was the shift. During our mapping session, Joy saw something different. Clarity on her niche made it easier to spot aligned people. Yeah, that means no more tire kickers. Yeah, because Joy doesn't only have a coaching business, Joy have a family. She has two beautiful kids that is seeking for her attention every day. Yeah, she has other responsibility at church as well. Yeah, so she immediately identified 20 potential clients in her world just by identifying who that key audience is. And Nishin didn't shrink her, it gave her the confidence and the energy to show up powerfully. Yeah. And this is the breakthrough. Yeah. Today, Joy helped female Christian ministry leaders revolve inner conflict so they can lead without feeling stuck or exhausted. That clarity positioned Joy as an expert and gave her a language that landed with her dream clients. So she don't need to guess about who do I serve, who best fits the gift that I want to share with the world. Yeah, she has clear communication language to deliver that. And once Joy committed to this niche, within our 90-day money game, Joy went from 0 clients to 10 clients in 90 days. And she was also the winner for the 90-day money game challenge as well. And she did it without burning herself out because her niche gave her focus, energy, and flow. Now, this is usually the chocolate versus the broccoli issue, right? We all know that our clients, our kids need like love sweets. Yeah, sometimes I think of clients as kids when you look at it through this lens. Yeah. Yeah, everybody want chocolate. Yeah, and that's usually the surface desires. Yeah, everybody want the big house. Yeah, everybody want the shiny stuff. Yeah, everybody want to make that money. Yeah, I don't say get that bread. But what they actually need is the broccoli. Yeah, the deeper work. Yeah, the emotional regulation, the internal shift. Yeah, that connection to their true self, that relationship with God. Yeah, and mission help you speak to what they want while delivering what they truly need. Now, I was having this conversation with my older brother. We have a family business back home, and he's having a lot of challenge with family members. And he has this big vision, but everybody just don't seem to get on board with him. And he's a very logical system thinker. So it's really challenging for him to deal with people. And one of the reference I tried to share with him was when Jesus had to bring the message of repentance. Yeah, Jesus didn't just come and try and tell people what to do. What he did, he shared stories about seeds and trees. Why? Because at that time, the people relate with those stories. Yeah, so as you are crafting your message, I want you to also think from the perspective of your ideal target audience. Think about their world, their values, and the language that they use so that you can craft stories that deliver the chocolate, yeah, so that you can, while delivering the broccoli that they truly need. Now, the major key here, by choosing a niche, yeah, Joy, you didn't just get smaller, yeah, you went deeper. And when you go deeper, you actually go wider because your dream clients start finding you, they start referring you, and they start trusting you as a guide. Yeah. When you go deeper, your dream clients, they start reaching out to you because they know exactly what you help them achieve. They start referring you and they start trusting you as a guide. And the lesson here is that niching isn't about limiting your impact. It's about multiplying it. It's not about who you leave out. It's about who finally says, you're speaking directly to me. Let me say that again. It's not about who you leave out. It's about who finally says, you're speaking directly to me. Now, I want you to reflect on this question, and we're going to have a quick discussion around it. And the question is, what's the pain you solve so consistently that when clients bring it to you, the conversation becomes a 10 out of 10 breakthrough every time? Now, as I say here on the slide, is that is the seed of your niche. Yeah. That thing that you are so passionate about, that thing that you can talk about, that creates that breakthrough. That's the seed of your niche. And today we're going to water it. Now I want you to remember this. Without a niche, your post, your communication becomes invisible. Yeah. But with clarity, people self-select. People won't need to be guessing if what you have to offer is for them. And also, this is your 90-day working draft. Yeah. It's not a lifetime sentence. Yeah, you can try it on for 90 days because the beautiful thing about you as a human being is that you're consistently evolving. Yeah. Yeah, which means that it doesn't need to be perfect. Isn't that amazing? It doesn't need to be perfect. Yeah, you can have fun with it. You can have fun with becoming. Yeah. Now, this is the formula. Yeah. Your niche equals problem plus person plus promise. What is the problem that you solve? Who do you solve it for? And what promise are you making to them? Now, here's a few examples. I help burnout teachers. That is the who. Launch coaching offers. Yeah, that is the promise without hustling. Okay. So there's a multiple problem element there. There's teachers who are burnt out, yeah, without the frustration of having to hustle, yeah, to create this thing that they desire. Okay, here's another one. I help high school students get into their dream university. Yeah, high school students, the person, get into their dream university, the promise, without burnout or compromising who they are. Yeah, so that's the problem. Without compromising who they are or burning themselves out. And here's another one. I help African universities cultivate purpose-driven students without sacrificing academic excellence. So the who here, yeah, this is more of a B2B spin, which is African universities. The promise, cultivate purpose-driven students, and the problem, sacrificing academic excellence. Now, these are just a few examples, and you would get very creative at writing multiple examples. And the great thing is, as you write these examples, you want to look for how it lands in your body, not just how it lands on your ears. Yeah. Now, one of the common struggles often with crafting these statements is sometimes we become afraid of picking the wrong niche. Yeah. Or maybe trying to help everyone and then we end up helping no one. We make the statement so broad because we're trying to fit everybody into it. Like, you know, you have this small car and you're trying to stuff everybody into the trunk. Or we're talking in export speech and not client speak. Okay. So one of the thing is, as you're crafting these statements, you really want to think about what are the words that your clients are already using? What are some of their jargons or their lingo? Yeah, because you don't want to sound like an expert. You want to sound like your clients. You want to use the words that they're already using. Yeah. So I mean, you want to try your best to be as specific and as close to their lingo as possible. And there's no right or wrong niche. There's only the niche that's going to fit the problem and the solution that you have to offer right now. Okay. So what we're going to do here, you know, gather some information about what your niche is. If you can bring the workbook up. Now that you've done the hard part, the rest is going to be super easy for you. Okay. Now this is where you create your ICA, your ideal client avatar. Okay. You want to name them. Yeah. Who, which you have already done. Yeah. You want to describe a day in their life. You want to be clear about 3 pain points that they have and 3 desires, as well as where do they hang out. Okay. Now I want you to take some time and complete this segment. Just like I showed you how to use ChatGPT to prompt it to get the information, use the prompt that I'm going to provide. You'll go ahead, put in the name of your avatar, faith-based Christian woman. Yeah. Write a short paragraph about a day in their life. And when I say a day in their life, you want to write from the moment that they wake to the moment that they go back to sleep. And this doesn't need to be perfect. You can make as much spelling error as possible. Yeah, first thing first, you want to get the data out of your head, then you structure it. One of the things my writing coach told me is that the thing about writing that most people don't know is that 90% of the time is spent on editing. 90% of the time is spent on editing. Okay, so make your first draft sloppy, and then your edit would be the perfection. Okay, and then use this prompt that I'll provide for you. It'll be in the workbook. I'll update it in the workbook. From my ICA notes, extract 5 pain points and 5 desired in their exact words. Yeah, so just 3 hashtags are search phrase they use on LinkedIn, WeChat, or Google. Yeah, or it can even be YouTube. Okay, and the reason why you want to have these phrases is so that you have an idea of where they hang out. So when you go scouring the internet, you can use these same phrases and see what pops up on Google. Another thing that you're going to do as well, you're going to use ChatGPT or any of the language learning model to generate 5 bio lines. Now, I said that you can use the one that you generated originally for your LinkedIn positioning statement, yeah, but have a few that you can interchangeably. This is what we usually call A/B testing, yeah, to see which ones stick. And the next one is the 3 belief shift hooks. Now, the reason why these belief shift hooks are so important, because the number one thing that stops your client from saying yes is not the fact that they don't know what they want, or they don't know what you have is valuable, but they have these beliefs that is always getting in their way. We love to call them resistance statement. Yeah, and these underlying beliefs. And you want to be able to communicate those in your content as well, whether you're putting them in video or whether you're putting them in text. Okay, so you'll do the same exercise, but this time you don't need to put out any data, because the prompt and the thread would already have all the information that you provide. Just use the prompt, write 5 bio, must show who I am plus who I help and the results that we get, and write 3 short hooks, yeah, less than 20 words, that reframe a false belief my ICA has. Conversational and clear. Now I want to share with you guys a story that I don't think I've shared public enough. Yeah, in 2023, no, yes, in 2023, I had the opportunity of delivering my first TEDx speech. But what most people don't know about this moment is what happened before this moment. I remembered I was home and I received a message from a other coach friend of mine. And he sent me a message and he said, "Yo, Dino, we hosting a Juneteenth event in Shanghai and I'd like to recommend you to be the speaker." And at that time, I was really reconsidering going, because I was so burnt out from networking events and I was just tired and I wanted to say no. However, at that time, I invested in a communication training, and I was having a conversation with Dassel and I was like, I really don't want to go. And then she turned to me and she said, "Dino, you buy the course and now you're getting the opportunity to practice." You said no. And then I was like, okay, let me go. But the real reason why I didn't want to go, because I actually didn't have a speech for that event. So I remember the day after the speech, I think he sent me the message the day before, and the speech was like one day after. I remember being on top of the train, going to Shanghai. I have my laptop and I'm trying to, put a speech together, trying to get the story right. And even when I was there, I was just a little bit anxious. And I remember going on stage and I shared that story, and it was a story about my grandmom and connecting it to freedom because of the whole Juneteenth. And then everybody, gave this round of applause, and it was so amazing. It was recorded. And then I uploaded that speech to WeChat imperfectly. And about maybe a day or 2 after, one of the TEDx event organizers saw that video, and she reached out to me and she said, "Oh my gosh, I saw your video and I really love your energy, and I'd like to recommend you as one of the speakers for upcoming TEDx event." And I was like, whoa. It's like something that I almost said no to, that I was a bit anxious about doing because I felt like I wasn't prepared, turned into one of the biggest opportunities in my career. And the reason why I'm sharing this story with you is because most people never post because they wait for the perfect time. But the thing is, leaders often post messy but meaningful. Okay, leaders often post messy but meaningful. Now, that speech that I delivered at Juneteenth wasn't perfect. Yeah, it wasn't scripted. I had to, adjust and make sure I use everything I know to deliver a speech during that time. And I criticized myself about how it was even delivered. But most of the time, the truth is everybody else would like it more than you would. Okay, so you don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need to be perfect to post. Yeah, what's important is your authenticity and you're willing to learn. Okay, now that's where it comes with the voice drop mission level 2. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and post publicly. Who do you help? What do you believe? And why you're here? Now you can post this in our ECBA playground, or you can post it in another group where you know there's somebody in there that would definitely resonate and connect with you. And also, once you're finished making that post, I want you to reflect on this prompt. What belief did I need to shift to share this? Yeah, once you complete, yeah, drop your I am a messenger in the chat. Yeah, because I do believe that you have a message to share. And there's somebody out there waiting, yeah, not knowing that you exist, that is just waiting for you to communicate it, yeah, in the way that they're ready to hear it. So your quick win, post your next statement in the group. Yeah, it can be the ECBA playground. I can be any other group. I can be in public. Yeah, that's a whole another level. Yeah, if you're comfortable with that. Also draft your one bio, one hook, and share it with your level up buddy or share it in the community as well. Yeah, so that you can get feedback and I can also share what I think about it and commit to your challenge. Now you have just unlocked phase 1, module 2, claim your niche. Our next module is going to be on finding your magnetic message. And this is where we're going to create a powerful soul-based message that builds trust, attract your ideal client, and position you as a guide, not a guru. Yeah, you'll also be crafting your origin story, and stories are one of the best way of connecting with your clients. And the truth is you already have all the information. It's just a matter of putting it in a structure and a framework that helps it to meet others where they are. Now, if you make it all the way to the end, it means you're enjoying the training. So be honest. Go ahead and let me know what was your biggest insight, as well as leave a comment and tell me, what is your next big step? If you're watching this training and you're not taking action, it means you're just like everybody else. And I know that's not you. You were born to lead. You were born to make a difference. So let's do the thing, man. Also, grab the workbook. Yeah, because that's where the action is. And that's why I put every single thing that you need to do so that you can build a soul-aligned business. New episode every week. Check out the things, man. Sunday, 7 p.m. China time. Yeah, and see you on the next episode.